So, guys, I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Annette Matthew, and I have a YouTube channel called Geeks of Green, where I put a lot of content about gardening and everything related to gardening, DIYs, and such stuff. So that's about me. And I would also like to thank the PNG team and I would like to thank the PNG iSmile team and the Pampers team as well for organizing this lovely session. I would also like to thank the Toying team that is doing such a lovely job at organizing this whole session. So we Pampers is hosting these Pampers pastimes, and these sessions are really great and they're amazing for children for any time. I mean, if you are looking for some activity with your kids, go ahead and watch these Pampers pastime stories sessions, and I'm sure your kids will learn a lot and you'll have lots of fun. So, as we're going to start right now, I would like to tell all you kids a little story. Okay, I'm sure you all love stories, right? So I can see that some of you are very excited. Nishita is really excited. Excellent. So I'll start with a little story. I've drawn a little picture for it. And let's see. Okay, now do you see this? Can you see this? I'll move a little. Okay. So now this is a beautiful island. Okay, there's a person called Tom who lives on this beautiful island. Okay. Can you see Tom? Can you kids see Tom? Yeah. Okay. Now Tom has this, he owns this island. Can you imagine? It's in the middle of the ocean and it's got some amazing trees growing on it and some amazing plants. And Tom is so happy on his island. He's got a little birdie friend also, and he's got animal friends who live in that island because animals and birds both love trees. So Tom is a very happy fellow and he's enjoying himself on this lovely island. Now, do you know what happened one day? Somebody came to visit his island. Okay, let's see who came to visit his island. Chuff, 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 chuff. On a steamboat, there came a man. Now, this man came to visit his island and he asked him, Tom, you have some lovely trees right there. Can I please buy your trees? Tom was confused. Buy my trees? I mean, why would someone want to buy my trees? I don't want to sell my trees. So this person said, no, 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 no. I will take your trees. I will buy them from you. I'll give you lots and lots of money. And I will make buildings and factories and furniture and so many amazing things from those trees. Please help me out. Come on, let me buy your trees. Tom said, oh, you'll give me money? You'll give me lots of money? That's wonderful. And Tom became a little greedy, okay? That's not Tom, that's Tom. Tom became a little greedy and he said, okay, fine, I will sell you my trees. And he decided to sell the trees. Now let's see what happened, okay? Ooh, the trees are being loaded into the boat. The trees are all loaded into the boat. Oh my, my, my. And the island has changed. Now the island is like this. The trees are all gone. The island has changed. And this man took all the trees and he happily went away. Now Tom was still living on this island, right? So how does he look right now? Does he look happy? I don't think so. The birds, the animals, everything left his island because there aren't any trees for them to live in. And Tom was very sad, very disappointed, and he didn't know what to do. All the plants on his island died. The weather changed. It was very hot. It was difficult to live in. Now, Tom was very upset. He was he just wanted to run away from that place because this place was no more his home. Without the trees, it was not nice. So what Tom had to do was he sailed out of his island, went and brought lots of plants back to his island. He brought many, many plant saplings and he planted them all around his island. And he had to wait for many, many, many years till he could have his island back to its former glory. So he waited and he grew really old. But one day, when he was really old, gray, he had grandchildren then, he had his island back to its former glory, its former beauty with trees. The birds came back, the animals came back, everything came back. And he was really happy then. But he learned a very important lesson. And that lesson was value and respect trees. They're important to us. They're not just a means to get things. You have to respect them and you have to plant more trees because our earth, our planet needs it, right? Sometime back we celebrated World Environment Day, and each one of you little children are absolutely important in this world because you are the future and you are going to be very important in making our planet green and making our planet beautiful. So today when you're making this little terrarium with me, you will see how plants live in a nice and safe environment, and you will be able to see them grow. You will be able to observe them growing, and it is a wonderful activity. You can own this terrarium for a very, very long time, and you can keep adding plants to this terrarium. You can keep changing the plants inside. It will be your own little mini island. Okay, so are you excited, and can we start this building of the terrarium? So like I said before, now I will put the camera down so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, so is everything visible? Thank you, Nishta. You like this story? That's so nice. Okay, so now this is my container. It's empty right now, but in some time it's going to be full and it's going to look like Tom's little island, beautiful and full of greenery. Okay, so for this, first thing that we will do is we will use soil. Can you see I have soil right here? I'm just going to simply fill the terrarium a little bit till here with soil. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, this is a soil mix. It's not clay soil or garden soil. It is a mix of different mediums. I have put clay soil in it. I've also put something called coco peat. Coco peat is something that you get from coconut trees, okay, from coconut husk. So that's coco peat. And you know what does coco peat do for our terrarium? It makes the soil super, super helpful for the plants. It makes the soil, it gives the soil a property to keep moisture, absorb water, and keep the plants happy. So we don't put too much coco peat. A little bit of coco peat is fine. You can also add sand in this mix if you want. Now, as I'm going, I'm just evening out the soil. Normal garden soil will clump up. And now this is a closed terrarium. Nishita is asking me, why not normal garden soil? Normal garden soil is very clayey and it will clump, and it's not perfect for terrariums. We need to have a little, a soil that is can hold water, can hold air, and a closed terrarium will, the plants in the closed terrarium will be happy. So that is why I mix up the soil a bit. Definitely. Anuj is asking me if you can use cow dung compost. Yes, definitely. Compost like vermicompost or cow manure is fine. That also holds a lot of water. It has properties to hold water. So you can mix that with your garden soil as well. That's a good thing to do. Okay, so now I think this is enough for now. As and when I put the plants in, we can add more soil. Okay, so I'll keep the soil bucket away for now and just clean up the table a bit for you. Now it's time to put our plants in. This is my favorite part. I just love putting the plants in and decorating this up. Now I'm going to explain to you very clearly. Just listen carefully. The front part is going to be empty. I'm going to put all my plants in the back. The front part I want to leave for some pebbles and for my favorite toy. Okay, so I'm going to put a toy in the end to make it look really cute. And I'm going to leave this front part, a little bit of the front part without any plants. So I'm going to start right now. This is a Tradescantia zebrina. So I've just taken a cutting from my balcony and I'm just poking it in. As simple as that. I feel it already looks really nice. Okay, this one is my Teleonia repens. I'm going to poke this one on this end. Now, children, you can change the setting as and when and however you like it. If it's not working fine for you, you can change it. You can change the plants out. You can put different plants in. Now, did you see what I did? I removed a little two leaves from the bottom so that my Teleonia repens goes right in. Can you see this? Just two cuttings have gone in. Now I have to put many more plants to make it look really nice. Okay, I have this one bushy plant here. Okay, now somebody wants me to repeat the thing that I had said about soil mixes. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Now I have mixed up a couple of things in my garden soil to make my soil more helpful for my plants in a closed terrarium. So the soil will retain moisture, it will hold moisture because I added coco peat or cow manure or vermicompost. If you add things like that, the soil will become more moist, will remain wet for a longer time, and my terrarium plants will be happier. So a little bit of coco peat is always good. That is the reason I added sand so that the soil becomes is more aerated, there's more air in the soil, and the roots don't get clumped, they don't get suffocated. Okay, so now I'm going to add this one bushy plant, okay, right at the back here. I'm just going to dig up a little and push it in, push the soil around it. Now, can you see this plant is a little too long and leggy? So I'm going to give it a trim with my scissor. I'm going to cut off all the extra bits that are coming out. Don't worry, plants love to be pruned. And when they are pruned and when they are cut like this, they grow again. And they look even more beautiful. They become more bushy. So it's good to prune them. It's good to pluck them once in a while. So I'm going to push all the soil from the front to the back. Now I'm going to add a few more plants. Okay, this one here is a little syngonium that I have. It's a syngonium pink splash. Even this plant loves humidity. So I'm going to put it in the front. So my story reminded Advik of Tom and Jerry. That's really funny. I think I took the name Tom because I love Tom and Jerry. I love watching Tom and Jerry. Okay, there it goes, another plant. Can you see this? Afterwards, we will give it a good water so that the soil will settle down. Okay, now I'm going to add a few more plants. Some of these little Plectranthus plants right in the front. I'm going to pull out the leaves at the bottom so I can poke it in. These plants that I have selected are easy to grow. They will enjoy growing in a terrarium. Okay, I also have a few rocks right here. So I'm going to use a few rocks. These are some stones and pebbles that I've found uh, in my when I'm on the road, on the side of the road, or down somewhere. So you can just use it to make your terrarium look more interesting. So I'm going to put one right here in the side. And it also gives support to the plants. Okay, now just put the plants in, it will give some support to the plants. Keep adding mud as you go. Also going to put some light colored rocks that look really, really nice. This one. At the back. Now I have these small pebbles. We're going to put it in the front so that it really looks striking. Okay, right in the front here, we will put some small pebbles. Then we can place our toy on it. Okay, so but I feel that this terrarium needs a few more plants. So just a few more plants here and there. Now your terrarium, once you close it, once you water it and close it, it will keep growing. Okay. So you have to keep maintaining it, watching how much it's growing. When it grows too tall, you have to keep trimming, snipping, and keeping it contained inside. Okay. If you feel that you need to put in more plants, at any point of time, you can put in more plants. You have to be ready that some plants might not survive. Some plants might not be happy inside. They might die. It's absolutely okay. That happens. So you can just simply add a new plant. Now it's time to put these pebbles. It's already looking very cute with these tiny pebbles here. You can get these pebbles in an aquarium shop. You can, yes, Vijay Lakshmi, you can use plant cuttings because this is a closed terrarium and they will root very easily in this because there's a lot of moisture, there's a lot of humidity inside it. So plant cuttings are absolutely fine. They'll be very happy in this. Okay, I'll just repeat a few plant names. Who somebody is asking me about. Okay, Vijay Lakshmi is asking me, give me some plant names which are good for terrariums. Phytonias are wonderful for terrariums. They love terrariums. Right now, I don't have one that I can use here. Others, I'd have definitely used a Phytonia. Then Calissia plants are also very good for terrariums. They too will look wonderful in a terrarium. Then Tradescantias are good for terrariums. Okay, now can you see this little toy that I have? Is a little gnome with a red hat and a big long beard. So I'm going to put him inside my terrarium. Okay. There he goes. It is better that you use ceramic or plastic toys that won't get spoiled, that because there's a lot of water in the terrarium and it's wet. Okay, I also have this little bench for him. So I'm going to put this bench in as well and maybe put him next to the bench. And how about putting this little bunny for him? A bunny friend. Okay. You can put in whatever you like. It can be your favorite toy. Water. It can be your favorite toy and it can be something that you really love. Okay, now my plants are really thirsty and they need a drink. So I'm just going to gently water the plants, okay? Not too much water because this container doesn't have a drainage hole. The water can't come out from this container. So I'm just going to gently water. 1 glass should be enough. My plants will be happy. Okay, that's it. If you feel your terrarium needs more water, please do add. You can see the soil absorbing the water, soaking in the water, and you can definitely add water if you want. Okay. Now, all I have to do is cover this up. Gently lift this up. This is my little mini island, mini jungle that you can see. And it will grow. That's the best part of it. It will grow. I'll have to care for it and I'll have to trim the plants. I'll have to take care of the plants, but I will not open this lid again and again. Now, the reason that I won't open the lid again and again is when I open the lid, the moisture will evaporate. I will keep it closed. I can keep it closed for a full year without opening it because the water will evaporate, collect on the lid, and fall back on the plants, watering the plants again and again. So, see that you keep this lid tightly shut and don't touch it. Only when you are only you can open it when you want to prune your plants or change out the plants. And that time you put a little water and again keep it closed. So this is a fun thing that you can own. Make this with your mamas and your dadas. And I would love to see the pictures that you will share once you've made this. So when you make these terrariums, click a picture. Okay, once you make these terrariums, click a picture, share it with Fatima and Sanika, and you can also post it on Insta with the hashtag #ISmile and PG Suraksha. And on WhatsApp, you can send it to Fatima and Sanika. Okay. And yes, Sandhya Raju is saying ferns too. Ferns also will be happy in closed terrariums. They love a humid spot. So ferns will also do very well. You can use ferns as well. Oh, yes. Let's talk about light. Ivy Mendes said, does the plant need light? Yes, of course. If you put it in a sunny spot, the plants will grow. Every plant needs light to make food for themselves. So do not keep this in a dark spot. It needs to be put in a spot where it will get some sunlight. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi, some terrariums are open, but then you have to keep watering those terrariums and you have to keep maintaining them. A closed terrarium, the benefit of a closed terrarium is that you can leave it closed for almost a year and you don't have to do anything about it. The water will evaporate, collect on the lid, like I said, and it will fall back on the plants and keep the plants watered. So that is the benefit of a closed terrarium. You're welcome, Ivy. Anyone has any questions about this terrarium, please do ask me. Griselda, did you plant the lime seeds yourself? Lime trees do take a lot of time to bear fruit. So usually my suggestion for lime trees, if you are a little impatient, is buy a fruiting tree from a nursery, and that is what will give you fruit sooner. So do you all have any more questions about this? Please do ask me. So kids, you have to ask your parents to help you out with this terrarium and make this terrarium. It's a lot of fun, believe me. It's lots and lots of fun to see the plants grow inside it. And click pictures. Don't forget to click pictures and send it to Fatima and Sanika on WhatsApp, and also share it on Instagram with hashtag of I Smile and PG Suraksha. You're welcome, Griselda. One more thing I wanted to add for Vijay Lakshmi is the open terrariums will hold plants like succulents and cacti. Those plants need more airflow. So open terrariums, wide mouth containers are better for such plants. We do not put succulents and cacti in a closed terrarium. The humidity will kill them. So you have to be very careful to put only plants that love a humid climate, that love moisture. Okay, so I will show you the terrarium once more. This is a closer look of it. You can see my little gnome with his rabbit right in the front, and the plants are all at the background. It looks like a little jungle. Oh, I'm so happy Vivansh loved it. Thanks, Pooja. Please do make it with him. You can water the terrarium and watch the soil soak in the water. Do not put too much water as the plants will rot in it. See the soil slowly soak the water, and then leave it like that. Don't put too much water. There's no drainage hole in the bottom. So the water has no way out. Okay, it's going to be trapped in. Amandeep, you don't need to water the terrarium once a week. No. This is a closed terrarium. I'll tell you once again, this is a closed terrarium that doesn't need to be watered once a week. You can leave it like this. If you keep the lid closed, you can leave it closed without watering for a year. Okay? Only open it when you have to prune the plants, when you have to cut the plants and do a little bit of maintenance. That is when you open it. So don't open it again and again. If you open it again, the water will evaporate and you will have to water it again. If you don't open it, the water will remain inside and you don't have to water it again and again. Now I will find, Anuj is asking me what is the best place for this terrarium. I have a spot in my balcony that receives bright indirect light. No direct light, bright indirect light. You can give it direct light also because this is a glass terrarium and the light will get diffused when it enters the terrarium. So you can give it direct light also, but avoid afternoon harsh light. Oh, that's so nice, Pooja. Yes, a glass terrarium is also fine. You can make it in a glass like this, a small little setup, and put a lid on top. That's also fine. You can put one plant in or two plants in. It's up to you, your creativity. Oh, Gabriel, that's how we pronounce your name, right? I'm so glad you loved this session. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Ruchira, thank you very much. I'm glad you all liked this session. Please, parents, do this with your kids. It's a lot of fun, and they will also feel the ownership of this terrarium. And getting them to take care of a project on long term is also excellent. It's very rewarding for them. So please get it, do this with your children, and post pictures. You're welcome, Ruchira. Yes, Amandeep, it's not a cut rule that you will open it only once a year. You have to be observant of your terrarium, see if there's a problem inside, if there are some pests growing in, or if there is some issue with the plants are not happy, you will have to open it then. So you have to be observant. Children have to look into it and see if the plants are happy. Then you can keep it closed without worrying. Yes, Nisha. You're welcome, Veer. You're welcome, Nisha. Milena. Milena, that's a lovely name. I'm so glad to know you love gardening. Yes, Dipali. Thank you. Thank you, Pooja. Yes, I have typed some names for the terrarium. Plants that you can use for terrariums are episcias. These are episcias. I didn't put them in, but you can definitely use. These are nice plants that love humidity. This is another episcia, very easy to grow. Okay. There are also plants called phytonias. I have one right here. I'll show you. These are phytonias. Okay. So these phytonias also love humidity. They are also called nerve plants. You must have heard of nerve plants. They come with white nerves, pink nerves, or red nerves, and they look really beautiful in terrariums. You can use these plants too. Okay, then you can use plants like these called caliceas, Calisea cordifolia. They're very easy to grow. Okay, so how about we make a terrarium in this glass? Do you all want to see that? Somebody just gave me an idea. I can show you how we can make a terrarium in this glass. You can also add layers of pebbles. I don't usually because they're unnecessary, but if you want your terrarium to look nice, you can add layers of pebbles as well. So let's quickly make a little terrarium. This can be an open terrarium, not a closed one. Okay, so okay, so I have this this glass container with me right here, and I have a few pebbles left. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Now, what I'm going to do is fill up the glass with soil. Again, this glass doesn't have a drainage hole, at the bottom, so I have to be very careful with my watering. And it doesn't have a lot of space for my roots to grow. So I'm going to use plants that will grow shallow roots, not very deep roots. So I'm going to try and put. Now this is an open terrarium that I'm making. I will have to keep watering this terrarium little by little. I'm just going to poke it in. Let me see which cuttings I have left. How about putting this episcia in? So this is my episcia plant. This can be in the center. Remove the dried leaves. I'm going to add a little bit more soil to cover the roots completely. Another little plant right here. You can use a chopstick if you're working with small terrariums. It really helps as a tool. So since I'll just look if I can add a pebble that look nice, not something that's not too big, maybe this size, maybe a whitish one. So a few pebbles just to add interest. I'm going to trim this up. So here we have our little terrarium. This was a last minute thing. You can put in any plants like this. This is an open terrarium which will have to be watered. Otherwise, because the water will evaporate, I just water it like this. You can see the soil becoming darker. The water is going down. Be careful not to overwater it. Water a little. Wait for the water to soak in. You can see how it's soaking in like this. It's becoming darker. And then water again. So we don't want too much water collecting at the bottom. The plant will get a root rot in too much water. So there you go. I think this is enough. And for this kind of terrarium that is a little open, you will have to keep watering it again and again whenever the water dries out. So you'll have to keep an eye on this one. So we have made two little terrariums thanks to one of you all this for this idea. Okay, so we have some time for some questions. Thanks, Divya. Thanks, Sheetal. Okay, so I will again remind you, kids, ask your parents to help you out and make this terrarium and also get them to click pictures as you're doing it and post it on Instagram and also send pictures on WhatsApp to Fatima and Sanika as well. It'll be really, really great for us to see what you all have created. So once again, I'll just show you the little gnome inside with his rabbit and his little bench, and all the plants are happily growing around him. So this is the closed terrarium that we made, and this one here is the little open terrarium that we made in a glass. Any questions regarding terrariums, please do ask. It's done? Okay, I think the video is stuck again. Hmm? Okay, Ruchira is asking me whether they will grow in transparent plastic bottle. Yes, of course they will. So I said in the beginning, you can also use the bottom of a cola bottle. You can cut a cola bottle, a big cola bottle, a 3 liter one. You can cut the bottom off, and you can fill it up the same way that I showed you. So you can also use plastic containers. You can use glass, but it has to be see-through. Nehal Mehta has asked me about jades. So jades need good sunlight and they don't like to be overwatered. So be careful with the watering. That is most important with the jade plant. If you're talking about the elephant bush jade. Okay, I have this tiny little mushroom. I thought I'll add it into the glass so that it adds a little bit of color and makes it really interesting. So, what do you say, kids? Does it look better with a mushroom? You can see. Poonam, the croton plant could be dying because of many reasons. It can be because of dryness, it can be because of high temperatures, and it can be because of lack of sunlight as well. So there are many issues, and I won't be able to tell you exactly which issue is troubling your plant because I don't know what conditions your plant is in right now. So thanks, Suchira. Even I feel it looks nice with this little mushroom. Plants and terrariums. Anuj has asked me a very good question. He says that the place where he stays in experiences a lot of harsh temperatures, very low in winters and very high up to 46 degrees in summers. So you can keep a terrarium indoors as well. If you put a transparent lid on it, you can put a grow light or an LED bulb right on top of it. It will get its light and it will survive indoors as well. And if you can't do that, in the summers at least, I can tell you that the humidity will keep your terrarium cooler. But see that it doesn't get any direct sunlight in the summers because it can heat up as well. You can definitely keep a terrarium in such places where there are harsh climates as well. Yeah, that's fine as well. Just observe your terrarium and see how it is doing. If it's happy in a place, if you feel that if the plants are not faring well, move it to a spot where it gets a little more light and experiment with different spots. Don't be scared to experiment because you have to observe and find a place for your terrarium that where the plants will be absolutely happy. So observation is key. Just keep observing your plant. You're welcome, Anuj. Okay, if you have any more questions, please ask me. How much time do we have? 2 minutes. I will remind you once again, kids, please get your parents to help you with this. And also click pictures, share them on Instagram with the hashtag I Smile and PG Suraksha, and also share them on WhatsApp to Fatima and Sanika. So that's really important. We would love to see your pictures. We would love to see that you all are doing what we are showing you all. And also go and check out on also go and check out these lovely sessions that Pamper is putting up on Pamper Pastimes, and you will really learn a lot. You're welcome, Abhijit. Children, I really hope that you enjoyed this session, and I really am looking forward to seeing you all make these lovely terrariums and maintain them, take care of them, because this is a long term thing. For many many months they will be with you. The more you take care of them, the longer they will stay with you. So you have to really take care of these terrariums. You're welcome, guys. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Bye, Dipali. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Sign off. Bye, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session, and see you all. Have a nice time. Okay, thank you, everyone. And we hope you had a fun session. Do share your feedback about the session so that we do better and we make your evenings really happy. Don't forget to tag us as well. Bye.